So there we have it. Is that the ultimate cheese and onion pasties? Puff pastry, shortcrust pastry. So which one do you like? Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing cheese and onion pasties two ways. I'm going to show you both ways that we used to make in the shop, and you decide which way you like best. Now you can use ready rolled shortcrust and ready rolled puff pastry. We are going to make the shortcrust, but we are going to use ready-made puff pastry. So the choice is yours. It's easy to do. I've got my butter and my shortening in here with some flour and some salt. And all we're going to do is quickly make this shortcrust pastry. Now these cheese and onion pasties we made for quite some time, and you know, they're a firm favourite around here. It's nice to have something tasty that doesn't always have meat in, and cheese and onion works really well. So the pastry, look, we're just rubbing fingers and thumbs, lifting and dropping. As easy as that. 5 minutes work, nice and gently. Now making your own pastry is really easy. Since doing this channel, there are many folks on here now making pastry. And I'm really pleased, you know, because the recipes we're just trying to show as easy as possible that anybody can make anything on this channel. That will do. That is lovely. How long did that take? 3 minutes tops. Okay, the usual: egg, water, apple cider vinegar. Give it a beat up. In we go. Turn your fork over. Use the handle. Just give it a little stir around. Bring it all in. Off there, hand in. Bring it together. So there we are, there's our pastry, our shortcrust pastry made. We're going to leave that in the bowl on the side. I'm going to cover it with some cling wrap. A little bit of cling wrap on there. Cling wrap is just to stop it from drying out. That's going on there. Next job for us, then we get some potatoes, and we just need to give them a peeling. Now you can use a potato peeler or you can peel with a knife. It's entirely up to you how you peel your potatoes. Just peel away. And we're going to set these to boil. We're going to make mashed potatoes. So you got a pan with some water, and all we're doing is dicing up the potatoes so we can mash. Now dice them all roughly the same size, and in that water. Carry on with the rest of your potatoes, and then we will put some salt in the water and we will stick them on to boil. Potatoes in a pan, a little bit of salt, on to boil. I'm going to stick them on behind me. Okay, next job for us then, onion. I've got a little onion here. Onion, okay. Now we want some little dices of onion. You can dice as small as you like, you know, that's up to you. So there's our onion. Take yourself a pan, add a little bit of milk. About that much. Add your onions. Turn on the flame and we're going to start to cook these onions in this milk for about 5 minutes. By doing it this way, we're going to get an infused milk with the onion, and we're going to get a mild onion in our pasty. We're going to use the milk to mash the potatoes. So that is going to add the flavour to the mashed potatoes too. Now we probably won't use all the milk. We're going to add the milk flavoured onion, or the onion flavoured milk. So while we're doing this for a second, if you won't mind, you know, 72% people watching this channel are not subscribed. Now I didn't realise, because I'm doing this channel, but I didn't realise until other people told me. Folks don't realise subscribing is actually free. It costs you nothing. Nothing at all. And people are frightened of subscribing, apparently, because they think it's going to lead to other things. It leads to nothing apart from helping this channel grow. So if you wouldn't mind considering, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. This channel will grow then and benefit more people. Just give those onions a nice steady boiling in that milk for about 5 minutes. Harshness of the onions is going to go, and we're going to soften the onions. You know, many people chuck raw onion in a cheese and onion pasty. Not good. And we won't be using much milk for our mashed potatoes because we need a dry mixture inside. But you know, we do want to retain that moisture in there as well to make it more pleasant to eat. Okay, that's had about 5 minutes, that's enough. I'm going to take those onions out of there, leave the milk. So we're just going to take those and put them in a bowl like that. Now if some milk goes in, so be it. You're not going to get it all drained. So there we have our infused milk, a little bit there. Let that cool down. We're going to add that to our mashed potatoes. Not all of it, some of it. Okay, so there's our potatoes, and I've drained them, and all we're going to do now is give them a dry mashing, or break them down. Just a little bit of a dry mashing in there. Now you could use a potato ricer, you could do anything you want. I'm using a hand masher. I actually want some texture of potato in here with our cheese. I actually don't want a complete puree of potato. You know, we need some texture. Hold it all together. A little bit of our infused milk. Now we don't want much because this potatoes is really dry at the moment. Now you do not want to be adding lots of milk or butter. We have to keep it fairly reasonably dry inside here. But you know, we want a little bit of moisture. Obviously it's going to be a better mouthfeel when we eat it. I can smell the onion already. Fantastic. So that'll do. It's not pureed, it's got a very good texture to that. That is just what we want. So I'm just going to tip our onion in there. We're going to bring that together, and we're just going to let it cool a little minute. Now what you can do is season this, salt and pepper. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. Optional extra. A little bit of mustard powder. Don't use it if you don't like mustard, but I tell you, it's going to bring a fantastic flavour in there with the onion and the cheese. Delicious. So I'm just going to let that cool. I'm going to give it about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to cool, and then I'm going to chuck my cheese in. So just let it cool a minute. Our mashed potatoes have cooled down a little bit there. We're going to add some cheddar cheese. Now I've already grated this morning. So I want to go in there with a good 300 grams of cheddar cheese, something like that. Here's what we did in the shop. We added about 50 grams of mozzarella. Now you don't have to. Mozzarella is completely optional. But the thing is with the mozzarella, I like the mustard. The mustard is a secret flavour in there. And the mozzarella gives it a creamy stringiness inside the cheese pasty. Now you can stick with cheddar cheese if you so wish, or you can go the luxury route of that and add the mozzarella. So all we do is we just give it a mashing in. So that's our wonderful cheese mashed potato mixture there. So what we're going to do is cook the puff pastry first, followed by the short crust pastry, because whilst that's doing, we can crack on and do the short crust pastry. Now it's a very easy recipe. I'm using the air fryer oven today, and we're going to put it on for 180. We're going to take a tray and we've lined it with some parchment paper. Now if you're using a whole sheet of puff pastry, you want to be rolling it out and cutting it to 4.5 inch by 5 inch squares. So that's what we got here in there. Mashed potato cheese mix. And don't be shy. Looks a lot, it is a lot. You know, we're making a pasty, we're eating this. And then this is where we just put a little daubing of cheese on the top. Now what we're going to do is cut the top of the pasty, and if the cheese melts out, so be it. Okay, so we have our pastry slice, and what we do is we cut 3 lines in like that. When we open it, we can stretch because it's already cut, but we're just going to run a little bit like that. Now we do not want soggy egg wash or a lot of egg wash on here to make the pastry soggy. If you do, it ain't gonna stick. Then we take our pastry lid, our pastry top that we have split already, and we put it over the top, and you just squash down onto there like that and pull over and squash down. Don't worry, it'll go. So let's do that again on there. Same again. Stretch over. Take a fork and crimp. Okay, we're doing a bit of egg wash on there. And that is going in the oven 180 about 20 minutes. All we're doing is crisping over that pastry. The contents are already cooked. It's just going to melt and shrink in a little bit. But where we've opened it up, it should crisp up. Should. Bit of flour on there. We're just going to split that we made. I want to dump that on there. And we're going to start rolling. Okay, well, once you got your pastry rolled out, I'm using a 7-inch cutter, stainless steel ring cutter, and I'm going to cut out into 7-inch circles, and that's what I'm going to use for my cheese and onion pasty. Our pastry dish, and what we need to do is get our filling in. Now again, we're just going to ramp up the cheese a little bit, just a little bit of cheddar back on the top of there. Now we're using the shortcrust pastry, we have to egg wash. Want a little bit of glue on there. Again, not too much. Straightforward, pull over the top and press down. Take yourself a tray, and we want those pies on there. Now we want to be crimping this, so crimp as you go. So we got 4 pasties on there, look. We'll do some more in a minute, but we need to get these on. Right, we want to be egg washing this too. Now we do want a lovely golden crust on here. Vent holes, you have to put vent holes in because of all that cheese and mash. It needs to vent out. So you can just put a couple of little holes in. Like that, and they are ready for the oven. Okay, one lot coming out. Look at those. That is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Okay, that's the first one out. That's the puff pastry in with the shortcrust pastry. 25 minutes, 180. Another one out. Oh, and one in. Look at those. Get them on a rack as well. That's done enough. Let's turn that off. Whoa. So there we are, that's the second lot out of there. We'll let them cool down and then we'll do a comparison between shortcrust, puff pastry, see which one you like. So there you are, look at that little haul there. We've got the puff pastry, the shortcrust pastry. That is the ultimate cheese and onion pasties. Let's cut one open, or cut one of each open, and let's have a look. So let's just come in there. So there we go, there's our cheese and onion puff pastry there, look. That looks superb. So let's take one of these, still warm, and let's come through there. Oh, crumbly shortcrust pastry, look. So there we have it. Is that the ultimate cheese and onion pasties? Puff pastry, shortcrust pastry, let's dig in. Just look at that. That is superb. You've got all that cheese and potato in there. You've got the puff pastry and we got the shortcrust pastry. That is tremendous. Now, which one do you like best? So what we'll do, we'll give the puff pastry a try first. Oh, perfectly cooked underneath, look. Man, that cheddar cheese through there with the onion, oh, it's delicious. There's no rawness to it. It is beautiful. That is a fantastic flavour there. That is bursting with flavour. No rawness, perfectly cooked. That is delicious. So what about the shortcrust? We know about pastry, we cook it many times, perfectly cooked underneath, lovely, lovely, crispy. Let's give it a go. The cheese potato filling is really delicious. You got that onion through there, but it's not overpowering. It's in there. You've got a little underlying flavour in there, which is the mustard. That is superb. Well, I absolutely love both. I'm going to have to leave that decision up to you, you know. I love shortcrust pastry, but I really love puff pastry with pasties. That to me is the ultimate cheese and onion pasty made. That is just incredible. The filling is outstanding. You got that mature cheddar that's coming through there. Oh, it's mouth-wateringly good. It's superb. Now, if you like this video, don't forget a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. So, which one do you like? Do you like the shortcrust? Do you like the puff pastry? Do you like both? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think to the ultimate cheese and onion pasty, and we'll catch you in the next video.